Do you know what the #1 song was back in 2008? It was Low by Flo Rida and T-Pain. So, if you were lucky enough to wiggle your way out of the recession and be rolling around in the boots with the fur, this is probably what you were driving around in. Just on the off chance you're going to some 2008 trivia night, I'm going to give you a little cheat sheet right here with some other notable things that happened back in 2008. For one, Netflix was still mailing out DVDs. For two, YouTube was only 3 years old. iPhone was still on their 3G model, and it was also the year that Breaking Bad premiered. If you're curious, what was the #1 movie in all theaters across America? It was The Dark Knight. Really good movie. I guess let's get into the car now. Enough 2008 facts. I think I was 12. This right here is my 2008 Chevy Tahoe. I just picked it up on Facebook Marketplace for a steal of a deal. I'm gonna tell you exactly how much I paid for it at the end of the video after all of the CarMax stuff, but I just figured I'd show you around a little bit. Some of the nice features from the 2008 era. Starting on the exterior, we have the two-tone mirrors. We have the 18-inch factory wheels. We have the random mountains popping up in the middle of the pinstripe. This LT was luxurious back in the day. It was the epitome of the soccer mom success story, pulling up in the all-white Tahoe. Back in the rear, we have a hitch, a little bit of surface rust. Nothing you can't just angle grind off on a nice afternoon. What else do we have back here? She offers the nice flex fuel E85 ethanol. This unit right here actually has a brand new motor in it. Well, I guess 90,000 miles ago, this thing has a brand new motor in it. On the body, she's sitting at 214,000 miles, but with the paperwork to prove it, 90,000 miles ago, she got a brand new engine from Chevy. So this thing is just whisper quiet, man. You could balance a quarter on that engine. Listen to that thing purr. Ooh, a nice sewing machine. Oh, not a stutter or nothing. That's a 90,000 mile engine right there. I don't even need to see the paperwork, although we have it. Tires are nice. Ooh, yeah, they can get you some traction over there. Oh, don't look at me like that, girl. Don't look at me like that. All the sass you could ask for. Oh, this thing is sweet. Comes factory with the roof racks, brother. Man, put you a kayak up there, no problem. What do you say we take a look at the interior? It's a little stained here and there, a little rough around the edges, but this thing drives like a cloud. Let's see what she's got behind door #1. All right. Don't be alarmed. All right, we got a little bit of a break in the center console right there. No big deal. A little bit of stains over here. To be honest, I got a pack of baby wipes. I'm gonna go to town on this thing before I bring it to CarMax. So just a little spit shine on the way might do us some good. Steering wheel, a little rough, but I mean, from 2008, she hung on pretty good. Let's see what we got on the dash. Service airbag, service the tire monitor system. Let's click out of those. Bingo. See, 91,271.3. He told me he started a new trip right when that new motor went in. But let's see what she has on the body. 214,000, brother. Not too bad. Not too bad for this. Man, she would still have some life left in her, even if she still had the original motor in there. All right, we're losing a little bit of rubber on the old dials. No big deal, because she still turns right up for you. Heat, cooling, everything's all good. Just you can tell what buttons they pressed the most. What's going on in this center console? Man, that's a lot of room in there, brother. Let me tell you what. We got another charging spot back here. Man, 2008, they kind of had it figured out. What else do we have? Oh man, these seats are comfortable. I don't know if you ever sat in a 2008 Tahoe, but if you haven't, you probably should put that on the old bucket list. Here are my baby wipes. Gonna be putting those to use for sure. We have rear controls back here for the AC heat, but we also have vents up top. Perfect for a baby in the back, you know, nice hot summer day. You can put the AC right on top and whatever. Okay, this is probably where the biggest crime scene has occurred. Pretty rough back here, pretty rough. All right, she could use a little stain remover back here. I don't know if they were hauling deer or what, but a little rough back here for sure. But we do have the third row seating. Very, very luxurious. You can put the whole family in here. Tell you what though, new car scent is doing a number on this thing. It smells great in here, although it doesn't look like it would. Man, she could use a detail. Growing some mold up there. Wow. Okay, let's dude, let's bring this thing to CarMax and see what they're gonna offer. To be honest, before I even started this video, I had to go on Google and see if CarMax even accepts 2008 vehicles. They said yes, so brother, I'm pulling up. Man, this thing is just as smooth as you would ever want it to be. It kind of has that suspension problem where whenever you hit a bump, it'll kind of just float for a second. You could arguably convince somebody that that is an upgrade, because this thing feels like a Rolls Royce with some air suspension or something, man. It just floats down the road, oh, exactly like how you'd want it. Oh, look, dude, there's another LT right over there. Howdy, buddy. Howdy. I will say also, I forgot to say that underneath this vehicle is bone dry. There is not a lick of oil or any fluid under this vehicle at all. Those are my favorite vehicles to buy. I'm going to tell you exactly how I got this vehicle at the end of the video after all of the CarMax stuff. I'm going to tell you how much I paid for it. I'm going to tell you how much I think that it's worth. But it was just a pretty cool story about how it all went down. So I'm excited to tell you about all of that. But right now we're cruising to CarMax and just enjoying the ride, man. This thing is a very, very comfortable ride. It's perfect for a family. You know what you can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in here, brother. Headed to family Christmas dinner, loaded down. And you got the E85. Yes, sir. I'm not gonna turn the radio on or whatever. You do have a spot right here for an aux cord, but I just have to say that the speakers in here that came stock in the LT, I guess these things are booming. Music quality is very high in this vehicle for sure. I forgot that we had to get to work, grab the baby wipe while we're sitting at a red light, see if we can put some damage on some of these dirty spots. Oh yeah, man, she's coming right up. These things were built for utility. They were built for having kids in the back. Of course, oh man. I'm probably gonna have to go through a couple of those on the way there. A little elbow grease goes a long way in the old Tahoe. This stuff is just lifting right up. I think that might make us a couple bucks on the back end over here at our CarMax offer of the week. I went through a handful of baby wipes. It looks a little better, a little more presentable. Anywho, I'm assuming that they're gonna hit me with a low ball off. Well, I guess we need gas. That thing will let you know. I'm assuming they're gonna hit us with a low ball offer. Maybe, dude, what do you think? Lower or higher than 1,500 bucks? I'm assuming they're gonna give me something lower than 1,500 bucks. Although it's worth way more than that all day. Man, this thing has zero issues. A little cosmetic here and there, but the drive quality is 10 out of 10, exactly like how it was when you drove off the lot. This thing is, it's actually quite enjoyable to drive. I want to put a hitch on the back, put a boat on the back, and take this for a road trip down south. I want to do that real bad. Actually, that's how comfortable it is. And the room in the back seat for the car seat for the babies and everything. There's so much room everywhere in this vehicle. This thing's a real gem. Just made it to CarMax, the land of the low ball. It is 1:49 right now. We will see how fast we get in and out of here. I really don't want to spend all day over here, but I mean, if they offer me what I'm looking for, it'll all be worth it. But we all know they're not gonna do that. I'm thinking way below 1,500. I'm thinking something like $400 or something. I don't know, because like, for example, this, you could get this as clean as you can, but it's just, they see a blemish here, this whole thing is canceled out. It is marked as bad. The center console, bad. They're gonna mark this as the head unit, bad. Steering wheel, bad. What else are some other little things that I'm curious if they're gonna mark these wheels as bad. Probably. Something like this back here, just a little blemish back here on the bumper, whole bumper bad. So, but there's other things that I'm curious about, like this door right here has a bit of a squeak to it. I don't know, maybe it's not that bad today, but it's usually there. So I'm curious if they're gonna put that on the list also. I actually have no idea, but dude, I want to show you underneath this vehicle because it's that good. These are my favorite vehicles to buy, man. Look how clean it is under there. Also, if you're from up north, you're probably a little jealous of how these frames look down south. These things are really nice. We don't really run into crazy rust issues unless it's over on the water somewhere, but most of the vehicles I buy, not a lick of rust on there. But obviously from this angle you can barely see, but dude, engine is beautiful. No leaks anywhere down the whole entire car. Alrighty, I don't know, man, that thing is a unit. That's the perfect vehicle to buy on Facebook Marketplace if you're looking to buy and sell vehicles. Just a nice unit of a grocery getter. Yes, sir. But it's also provides some utility with the tow package and everything. Man, this thing is a dream. Okay, the beginning of the process was very seamless. Walked in, sat down at a desk, they got my information, they got the information on the vehicle, took the keys, and they said it'd be about 20 minutes and we'll come find you to give you an offer. So I figure in the meantime, while we're waiting, maybe we go check out another Tahoe that they have on the lot, see what type of comparisons we can make over here. Another thing important to note about this specific Tahoe and this offer that we're about to receive, they are going to be putting an offer on a 214,000 mile Chevy Tahoe. The fact that it got a new engine means absolutely nothing to this system, I would say. So that is going to contribute to the really low offer. But on Facebook Marketplace, it's going to benefit you, because if you just have a vehicle with 214, you know, the value is going to be lower for sure right off the bat. But with a 90,000 engine put in from Chevy themselves, you know, that's an upsell to a 214,000 mile vehicle. So yeah, I just want to say that. So like, we're probably going to get a nice low ball. Walking over to the Chevys now though, got a little bit of a lineup. Looks like they have a newer Tahoe right here. Man, my favorite Tahoe model is the one before this one. This one's sweet, but the one right before this, a little more boxy. Oh, yes, sir. There she blows. 47,998 on this one right here. How many miles she got? 33,000 miles. Okay, man, am I crazy to say it? This is, man, it feels like the same vehicle. It's just about the same. Center console about the same. Wow, it is really nice. It's just a newer version of what we pulled up in. So, but I mean, for 47,998, how much do you think I paid for the white Tahoe that we pulled up in. Take your guess. How much do you think I paid for it to be this excited about it? Because I don't know. I've been upselling it a little bit. Smile on my face talking about this white Tahoe. You got to think I got a pretty good deal. So I'm excited to tell you about that towards the end of the video. As you can imagine, somebody who's been in this business for a number of years, you can imagine I've had pretty much every single vehicle out there. I actually set out at the beginning of this journey to own every single truck. You know, Dodge Ram, Dodge Dakota, Nissan Titan, Nissan Frontier, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota Tundra, Chevy 1500, Silverados, everything, you know, everything. I wanted to own every single truck just to cross it off the list, and I did. I actually have owned every single truck, new, old, mid-range year models. Like I've had every truck just to experience it for a little, just to cross it off the list. Cars, not so much. They don't really fly off the shelves in this area like bigger utility vehicles do, but trucks for the most part. And I brought my fair share of vehicles over to CarMax. I had a 2022 Ram 1500, all black. Everything was black. Black wheels, black vehicle, black tint, black interior, black. It was beautiful. Had a rebuilt title though, from a front end collision, like front right side. It actually wasn't that crazy. I looked over all of the pictures and everything on the Carfax before I bought it, because I'll buy rebuilt title vehicles all the time. If the rebuild wasn't that bad, it was just had to be written off because the parts were expensive or whatever. Just as long as that thing's going straight down the road and all them airbags are in there and functional, man, I'll give you an offer. But regardless, I had a 2022 Ram, all black, and that thing was beautiful. Not a scratch on it, not a dent on it. Brought it here. I don't know because of the rebuilt title or what, but they offered me $500 for it. Dude, imagine getting that vehicle for 500 bones. Imagine that. Dude, it was optioned out. Wheels were the highest trim level. Oh, dude, everything. The interior had the big touch screen, everything. It was such a beautiful truck. They offered me $500. Imagine somebody takes that deal. Like, all right, man, all right, you can have it. Man, you can have it, I guess, 500. And like taking that $500 check for that vehicle. Has anybody ever done that? I mean, they've put out enough offers. Somebody along the lines needed 500 that bad. You got to think, right? I don't know, man. But I mean, hopefully we don't get a 500 today. Dude, they might just not even want it. I don't know. But I mean, they just, you know, they'll send a low ball to the homie, and if I accept it, they'll take it, they'll put it through auction, whatever, make a couple bucks on it. Their vehicles out here in the lot are priced reasonably, I would say. So they probably try to just convince you to walk around a little bit, maybe put the money towards a new car here on the lot. It is really cold out here also, so I think I might go sit in the lobby, wait for our offer, maybe see if they have a snack or two laying around. Dude, it's like 40 degrees or something. It's frigid, so let's go find a little heater to sit in front of. Ooh. This Cliff Bar was $3.50 in the vending machine, so brother, it better smack. I will say it looks really good. 260 calories of sustained energy. I chose this over the oatmeal cream pot. It's pretty good. Okay, I just got the offer and I just walked back out to the Tahoe. Dude, I just saw the cringiest thing before I walked out of there. There was a dude, he was a salesman. He was working with a girl and her dad. I don't know where the deal went, but they got up and walked away. And the dude walked over and was like, hey, you forgot to take my card. Specifically talking to the girl. And she was like, okay. And he was like, hey, I just want to say that, my personal number's on there also, you know, just in case you ever wanna. And she was like, sure, okay, and then walked away so awkward. It was so hard to watch. I hated that I was in the middle of that. But I do have the offer. It's sitting on the front seat of the Tahoe, but luck would have it, the Tahoe that I was talking about, the model right before the newest model, sitting right here looking pretty next to the '08 model. These are just a little boxy, dude, they're so sick. Z71. Oh man, didn't mean to stumble across some wires showing. Dude, the wires are rusty. So the wires probably started to show, then it was sitting for a little bit. That's actually insane. Not a bad idea though. Take the old whip to CarMax instead of getting some new tires. Dude, this is your last opportunity to put in what you think CarMax is going to offer me for this 2008 Chevy Tahoe with 214,000 miles. I'm actually surprised what they offered. When the guy came back to me and handed me the paper, I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, what is going on here? And he said, I'm sorry for the low offer, but it's really just because of the miles. And I was like, low offer from CarMax? This is a very good offer. I'm shocked, but it just goes to show you how sought after these cars still are. They still hold some value, I guess. But yeah, let me show you the offer. Let me show you the offer. Without further ado, we were offered $2,000. Brother, that's crazy. Let's see what it says. Headliner stained. Is it? The headliner is probably the least stained thing in here. I guess there's a little something right there. That's what I'm saying. If there's just a smidge of anything, you're getting written up for it. But it's crazy because that is the absolute least stained. Front seats ripped. All right, I'll give you that. The passenger seat's pretty good. Dash console needs to be replaced. That is true. I would say rear seats good condition. Transmission good condition. I told you, brother. Hood, there's some dings in the hood. What you talking about, son? What you talking about? Oh, man. All right, learn something new. If you ever want to know what's going on with your vehicle, try and sell it. People will show up at your door telling you what's wrong with it. Rear bumper needs paint work. Actually surprised that they didn't just write it off completely. Maybe this is what they're talking about. Maybe this is what they're talking. Who knows? I figured they would have just said it needed to be replaced or needs body work. Let's see. Carpet, good condition. Engine, good condition. Carpet in good condition. Brother didn't pop the trunk. Let me tell you that. But I mean, I guess the carpet isn't still good condition. It's just stained. Engine, good condition. Man, let me tell you what, I told you that engine was in good condition. Fantastic condition. Maybe that dude who appraised it just likes Tahoes, because $2,000 is a crazy good offer for this. More so than I've gotten for better vehicles. 2008. $2,000. That's crazy. I mean, it was probably a lot more back in the day, so I don't know if it really retained value, but considering what they're going for on the market right now, $2,000 is pretty good. Dude, I completely forgot to say what time it was when I left CarMax. I don't remember the exact time, but it was 20 minutes. From the time that I walked in to the time that I was driving away with a cash offer in hand was 20 minutes. It was super fast. But now it's time to tell you how I got this 2008 Chevy Tahoe on Facebook Marketplace, because it actually was a really pleasant experience, and I want to highlight it because I've been having some bad moments for the past couple of months on Facebook Marketplace. So this guy was really, really cool, really respectable, a guy to look up to, and I want to talk about him for a minute. So Saturday night, and I was cruising Facebook Marketplace, and this unit popped up for a price that just seemed unreal. I had to shoot him a message immediately. I said, what's the address right now? I have cash in hand. I can be there whenever. I don't know if my aggressiveness got me the prize in this one or whatever. Because when I sent the message, Facebook even let me know this user is getting more messages than usual. Are you sure you still want to send the message? I said, yes, send it through. And luck would have it, he sends me a message back that says, I picked your message out of a couple hundred messages. It was just the one on the top. If you want to lock it down and you're serious about buying this vehicle, let's just lock it down for Monday morning, because I'm about to go into surgery right now. Otherwise, I would sell it to you right now. But if you can come on Monday morning, that'd be fantastic. I said, consider it done, brother. I'll be there Monday morning. Here's my number. Here's your number. Let's lock it in. Text you, text me. My people talk to your people. And I'll see you Monday morning. Whatever. He said, done. Perfect. Well, I forgot about it over the weekend, just to be honest. And then Monday morning, I wake up. I'm hanging out with the baby on the couch early morning. And I get a text that says, can you be at this place at this time to pick up the Tahoe? And I was like, whoa. Completely forgot about this. Let me put some cash in a backpack and hit the road. So, on my way, I pull up to seeing him standing outside of this Tahoe holding a walker. The dude was like 80 years old. And it was one of my favorite things to see because it was parked next to a 2026 white Chevy Tahoe. Dude, those are my favorite situations because you know that they brought this Tahoe to the dealership and they were going to try to trade it in, make a little money towards the purchase of the new one, whatever. But they probably offered him like $500 or $600 for this Tahoe, and somebody in their family probably put it in their ear, hey man, you could sell that for more on Facebook Marketplace. Easy. And I just figured that was probably the situation. But I actually pulled up to the surgery center. So I was like, man, this story's checking out. And isn't that just pleasant whenever the Facebook Marketplace story actually really starts to check out? Man, there's so many liars and scammers out there that you never know what you're going to walk into or what people are telling you, what's true, what's false, whatever. So when stories really check out, it's just music to my ears, man. Anywho, I walk up to him, I say, hey, how you doing? I shake his hand, 80 years old with a walker standing in front. I saw his wife sitting in the heat in the Tahoe over there. It was actually 33 degrees in Jacksonville Beach this morning. Frigid, cold wind coming off the water. Oh, man. First thing he said is, man, it's cold out here. I said, yes, sir, man, what are you doing out here? And what he said was so respectable, man. That's why I want to highlight this guy, because there needs to be more guys like this around here. He said, man, it sure is cold, and I just got out of surgery. I just got knee replacement just the other day, but I'm not going to have my old lady standing out here in the cold. So she's in the heat, and I'm going to do this deal with you. I said, brother, you are the man. That's what I like to hear. Standing out there on his own, too. Standing up tall with his walker, brand new knee in there, fresh out of surgery, but he's doing what he's got to do to keep his old lady warm. That's what I'm talking about. Anywho, we start talking about the Tahoe. He says that he's owned it since 2008. This is a one-owner vehicle. He says he always had it maintained. At Chevy, he handed me over a tall stack of maintenance records, everything, little things that you wouldn't even care about. And the one that I cared about the most, which was the engine replacement, that was in there. Everything all good. Brand new motor, so it is actually a 91,000 mile motor and a 214,000 mile body. He was such a nice guy. He said, go take it for a spin. I said, honestly, brother, I don't even need to take it for a spin. I trust you. But he pressured me. He said, just take it for a spin, man. I want you to be confident with your purchase, whatever. So I did end up hopping in, took it around the block, and it was perfect. I knew this was going to be an easy transaction right when I get back. He's a nice guy. The price is right. I'm not going to haggle or anything. I'm going to hand him over some cash. We're going to do the title paperwork, and I'm headed back home to the heat. Easy enough. I get back. I get out. I say it's perfect, just as described. It floats like a dream down the road, brother. Anywho, this is where I'm going to tell you how much I paid for it, because it's insane. I don't get it. Still to this day, I don't understand why. I don't know who told him it was worth this much or whatever, but I didn't ask any questions. I handed over cash and I ran for the hills. $2,800. I looked at him. I said, "Oh, you're sure you want $2,800 for this?" He said, "Yeah, man, 2,800 is fine with me." I said, "Works for me, man. Let's do it." Handed him over the cash. He handed me the title. Zoomed out of there before he changed his mind. That's why it's crazy, man, that CarMax offered 2 bands. I think that's crazy. Oh man, I brought some vehicles in there and they hit me low. So I don't know, maybe something's in the air over at CarMax. Maybe you need to go check them out or something while the deals are hot. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to think about it. But if one thing led to another, I had to recoup some money, brother, I'd go back to CarMax. Get me 2 bands out of there, and then I'm only down $800. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do to this vehicle over the next couple of days to build some value. First off, I'm gonna tint it, 5% tint all the way around, and then maybe 15 or 20% up on the windshield. It looks really sweet, and it's really nice to have dark tint here in Florida because it gets really hot. And the heat from the sun sometimes, dude, it just can't even penetrate good 5% tint. So on top of it looking really good, it keeps it nice and cool in the car for the babies and whatever. The other thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace these wheels with probably 25 or 2026 new factory Chevy, probably 20s. Just really facelift this vehicle to a newer factory look. Man, that's one of my favorite things to do. Go buy an older vehicle and put the new wheels on it. It just brings it back to life like crazy. And then I'm gonna polish these headlights out, and that's it. Easy day in the office. Probably $200-300 for some tint. Look on Facebook Marketplace for some wheels. Maybe, I don't know, $600-700, and we're in it less than $1,000. I'll be at what, 3,800, give or take, and then probably sell it for 6,500, 7,000 at the end of the day. I mean, as it sits right now, I could probably sell it for 5,000 or 6,000 off the rip. So we're in a good spot. And also, if I wanted to whip it around for a little bit, feel that 2008 swag for a couple of days, I could do that for sure. So there you have it, $2,000 from CarMax. I am shocked. And I spent $2,800, which I'm also still shocked about. I'm getting out of here though. I'm actually at a doctor's appointment. I gotta go talk to the heart failure specialist for a little bit, see a nice status update of the old heart. Whatever, man, I'm not gonna bore you with that stuff. But yeah, let me run in here before I'm late for my appointment. And then, I don't know, man. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. This was a fun one though. Little field trip over to CarMax. Just a little fun, man. Facebook Marketplace is fun sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When it really works out, really checks out, it's nice. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'll see you in the next one, man. Peace. Okay, I just left my doctor's appointment. Everything went pretty good. They did see a couple of things that they want to zero in on a little bit more, so they ordered another Holter monitor, another echocardiogram, whatever. No need to be alarmed or whatever. They're just trying to cross their T's and dot their I's. Whatever, I'm in good hands. There's nothing to worry about at all. But while I was in there, I was thinking, why is there not a CarMax type deal for boats? Why is that not a thing? I don't know if that is a thing or whatever, but it's definitely not a thing over here where you can just pull up with your used boat and get a cash offer on the spot. I don't know why that's not a thing. I would love for it to be a thing. I might have to make it a thing. Might have to turn Skiffland into Skiff Max or Boat Max or whatever. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming, brother. Maybe throw a LLC on Skiff Max and start a little skiff flipping empire. Whatever, man. I had a fun day with you guys. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.